As promised, this is day one of my fasting. I know a lot of you are interested to know exactly what I've done and what I'm doing, and also to know how it's affected me each day, because this is as new to me as it is to anybody else, to a lot of other people, and it'd be interesting to do a daily short video just covering what I've eaten, how I felt, what changes I feel within. So what I've decided to do as part of my fasting is to go 20 hours a day without food, and just narrow my intake of any food down to just 4 hours, which will be quite pure living. And I'm going to do that for a month. That started yesterday, and so last night, basically at 9:30 at night. So I'm going to do my 20 hours without food. I'm going to do from 9:30 to 5:30, in order to try and keep and have a family meal time on the meal table in the evening at the same time as my family. So I've decided to. So last night I stopped eating. Obviously that was easy. The day one's I've always found to be quite easy, because you've still got a lot of food left over in you from probably overeating before that. So I woke up this morning, and the first thing I did was got about 300 millilitres of water with some of this earth, a full tablespoonful of that earth. And the reason why I did that was I found out that in the past, when I've been cutting down, not necessarily fasting, but cutting down on food, that if I had a tablespoonful of that particular earth, not only was it good for detoxifying, because it grabs the particles of the earth, grab all the certain toxins within your body, but it also filled me up, and it made me not wish to have any more food. So that was a good side effect. So I had that this morning. I didn't bother taking any vitamins or minerals or anything like that, because obviously I had an empty stomach and I wouldn't be eating till this evening. So I got so in work today, there was no hunger as such. Probably around about 2:30 in the afternoon, because I got a physical job, I noticed that I was starting to get a bit of belly rumbling, and then it vanished and I didn't feel hungry at all. So this first day, the first 20 hours, really easy. I did notice immediate changes during today, and even last night actually. During the night when I woke up, I just felt really good in myself, just felt really positive, and you know when you're going to be able to do things like this and actually carry it through, because you already know that it's done. You already feel it, really feel it within. No one's forcing me to do this. It's a conscious choice that I choose to do, because I want to make a change in my life. I don't just want to keep repeating the same old patterns, be overweight, all the sorts of things that go with this, and filling my body with toxins. So day one, I've had I basically had that earth, and then during the daytime I drank some green tea. I'll get some of that in a minute. Should have some here somewhere. So I went for the Tulsi green tea. It's organic. That's quite nice. There is a bit of caffeine in this particular one, but there's many different green teas that I have, so I'll chop and change it about. I'm a great believer in not sticking to any particular routines, and just varying things up a bit. When I got home from work, I had to wait around for a little while for food. I decided to have raw, because that's what I'm doing. So I had 3 or 4 carrots, about 5 stems of broccoli. I had a little bit of a couple of yogurts. So this was like my dessert in a way. This is Brown Cow Organic, so it's all organic yogurts. I had a couple of those, only small, and a few nuts, through Brazil nuts, macadamia nuts, and that's been it. Actually, I feel really full, even though that you would think that I would be climbing the walls by now, or maybe even wanting to really eat, because my stomach's been stretched over time and now it's empty, or getting there. But I've been really easy. I haven't noticed any weakness. There's been no weakness about it, but I've really felt good, and I've really had those, what I describe as tingles, you know, when you know you're quite alkaline. I've had a lot of brain activity. I can feel tingles within my scalp, you know, inside my brain, where it feels like everything's moving about a bit and becoming electrified, I suppose. And that's day one, you know, whether that's a coincidence and it's to do with lunar activity or any other things, or whether it's just because I feel really good about myself. I feel like I'm making a change. So yeah, that's day one. I've been on this distilled water all day. I've probably got through at the moment about 2.5 litres of distilled water, as well as obviously cups of tea, green tea. So that's day one, and you know, I will be taking some supplements, some vitamins. There will be, let me see, the main one that I want to make sure I take is this one here, which is also from Ancient Purity. It's a multivitamin. It's got quite a lot. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there. Maybe you can focus in or something later. But you know, there's a little bit of everything that you pretty much need, because we have to be careful when we're really cutting down on eating, that we don't really starve ourselves with certain vitamins. And this is not punishment. This is not what it's all about. I think anybody who punishes themselves to try and become more connected or anything else, I think that's just silly. You know, that's not what it's about. It's supposed to be fun. I'm finding it fun. It's been great so far, making me feel really good and positive about myself. And obviously I can go, for anybody who wants to know, I can go through my exact daily routine, but because I'm doing this over 30 days, I will go into these things a little bit more. So I'll keep it short for now, and you know, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.